write that in.
On Thursday, March 8th, the regularly scheduled City Council meeting was held at the Eva Halls Expo and Community Center. The agenda included many interesting topics. Following the opening invocation, Pledge of Allegiance, and approval of minutes and the agenda, Greg Meredith, who is the Chief District Engineer with the Kentucky Transportation Department, spoke with the Council regarding the expansion of Highway 231 between the Natcher Parkway and G.L. Smith Street. Some of the council members rose from their seats to view and discuss his maps and projects.
Yeah, that's what it's going to continue to do when it gets to here.
Now, what are you going to do right here?
We're not planning on doing anything past this line right here.
Well, what are you going to do with it when here?
Again, I don't know. I've not seen it personally. I'm just showing you what the plans say. That the water comes into this existing. See, that's a stream. I haven't looked at it personally.
This is my concern. You know, when you start adding this road, you're not bringing more water. It's just faster. Well, you got this ditch down here. It's not ankle deep in places. Something needs to be done right now.
Even when it rains hard? It's not ankle deep?
Yes, it's in bad shape.
Well, the tile's inadequate at the present time under the road to carry the load up.
The mayor reported that the improvements to the pool house are not yet completed and that it's estimated to cost in excess of $20,000.
A pool house is nearing completion. The price is going up as to what I said, because I think I told you all last time around $20,000. It's probably already reached the $25,000 mark, and we still haven't got the handicap lift chair, and that's $5,000 or $6,000 in just one area there. The fencing for the Little League field should be here anytime. It may be in now. Of course, we haven't do any work because it's been wet. It's just been wet.
Other council members reported regarding the installation of the fencing at the Little League field when the weather dries up, as well as the need for a defined and designated public storm shelter for those who are stuck out in bad weather or do not have solid foundations or basements in their homes. Sidewalk improvements were reported to be progressing.
As the mayor said down by Dr. Wan's, that project down there is just almost complete. I got with Mike Martin, he's getting us the rails, he's getting us the figures and the specs on them.
Andy Gidcombe provided the monthly police report. There were 20 citations, 14 arrests, responses to 12 accidents, responses to 12 wrecks, and answered 186 calls. He stated that this was an unusually high number of calls and it was contributed mostly to the weather. Gidcombe also raised concern about the usage of new address numbers and how it makes it more confusing and difficult to respond to calls.
We have got to do something, mainly in the county it's really bad. We've got countywide jurisdiction, but we have got to do something with houses and businesses not having numbers on them. That's how law enforcement, EMS, and fire respond. We don't respond to, Mr. Embry's house. We respond to 1204 South Tyler Street. We've got to have these. It's a bad mess right now, especially out in the county, more so than it is in the city. Charlotte is really bad, where you've got a mixture of the old address, a mixture of the new address, and a mixture of both. My place, for example, I went from 400 Shower Lake to 1140 Shower Lake. My neighbor still has 300 of them. Well, is it 1140 or is it 300? And when you're trying to respond to that, that's what.
Greg Drake provided a one-year progress report regarding the Economic Incubation Program in Morgantown. Drake stated that a Charlie Biggs Chicken will soon be opening in the old junior food store building.
And asked for you to fund the Small Business Incubator Program for $10,000. And I told you that I would come back and tell you what was going on. Well, for almost the entire year, nothing went on. We did a lot of talking. The incubator program, you will remember, is overseen by myself and Catherine Jennings and Dwayne McKinney. Store building now. That's going to be a Charlie Biggs chicken restaurant, Jimbo's smoked meat.
Sweets.
And Gene's Sweet Treats, I think.
Following this, a motion was made to hold a budget hearing at 5 p.m. on April 12th before the scheduled City Council meeting to discuss salaries of city officials. Casey Tersey also spoke with the city council regarding the right-of-way issues from G.L. Smith Street that cuts through his yard. Tersey says that water runoff from the courthouse hill cuts through his area and he wants to build a wall at his expense to remedy the problem, but it is on city property. He was granted permission by the council to build the wall.
I'd like to do that too, you know, and we can give them permission, I think, to go to the sidewalks or to the boundaries to beautify the city, you know, if it's.
And their lots.
Yeah, and their lot.
Tersey also proposed the construction of an 18-hole disc golf course at the park. A committee was formed consisting of council members.
All right, this is something I think some of y'all already know about, some of y'all talked about. We've said here for to try to bring tourists here or different events here and stuff. And I told Terrell about the disc golf. If you had 18 baskets, there's one place we found baskets for $150 a piece. It's $2,700. And for 54 railroad ties, which would be
And seriously, in Adair County, they've had all kinds of problems.
Ballpark Drive will be renamed to Lewis Evans Drive and a plaque will be given to the family. Clean Our City Week dates are scheduled between April 20th and please visit www.beechtreenews.com.